KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader when the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Welcome in. Happy Thursday. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. This is a good way to start off July, don't you think? Just a vibe, a good summertime vibe. Andy says it's not Black Music Month anymore, but it's Black Music Summer. How about that? How about we continue? Happy birthday, Evelyn Champagne King. This is a bop right here. Listen, welcome to the home of your trending topics and headlines, where it's all facts, culture, and context. And tonight, we are getting into, so we've been talking about the Diddy trial since May, right? And the jury is split like a bad record contract. We'll get into what charges there are verdicts for. We don't know what those verdicts are yet, but we'll discuss. And which one there is a holdout on and what that could potentially mean. We're also going to discuss, Oprah Winfrey is one of many celebs and public figures that are taking flack from people, one of those people being Rosie O'Donnell, for attending Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, now Bezos, wedding in Italy over the weekend. So we'll get into that. We'll get into the details of some of that, the cost, who was there, what they did. It was opulent. And we're going to talk a little bit about, as we discuss the NBA's highest paid NBA player just being awarded, who was the MVP of the NBA Finals, also the MVP of the NBA regular season, and the Western Conference Magic Johnson Trophy, I believe that's called. Yes, it is. He is now the highest paid NBA player ever, making $71 million a season. Do you hear me? $71 million. I remember when Kevin Garnett got awarded his $100 million 7-year deal, and we were like, what? You can get paid that much? $70 million a year. LeBron just opted in for $52 million for next season with the Lakers. Just saying. Andy?
Considering inflation in America, don't you think that might, I'm not an economist like that, but you know what I'm saying? Considering the cost of living back then and now,
listen,
it's probably the same. I don't know.
It's definitely not the same. It's definitely not the same.
Cost of living, though?
Cost of living, indeed, but it's definitely not the same. It's not. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. But, kudos to him. Listen, and we're also going to get back into Ray J. He seems to be spiraling on Instagram. This time he's asking for help, though. And, while we have to really consider some of the things that we see, he could be hurt, damaged, acting out. Is it also possibly crisis content? I don't know. Andy's like, crisis content, what? Meaning you're making content of life events. I'm spiraling. Let me put content on. He's live streaming all of this. He's on Twitch. He's on these different things. They are attention generating measures.
What more do you want from me?
Exactly. Exactly. And in the past, maybe not currently, but in the past, that has been one of the tactics utilized as a promotional tool by Ray J. He courts controversy for attention to sell a product. It is what it is, but I don't know if this is it or not. We will discuss. When we come forward, we'll get more into these trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you ready for the hottest entertainment scoop in Los Angeles? She's bringing you exclusive interviews with today's biggest stars, behind-the-scenes Hollywood insights, and all the entertainment news you need to know. She's breaking down what's trending, what's ending, and what's just beginning in the world of entertainment. You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you, thank you.
Hey, Mom, I've been meaning to talk to you about some new COVID information I saw online. I read that black folks like us with certain conditions like diabetes, heart disease, mental health conditions, or being 50 and older, like you, are at high risk.
Boy, you sound like a commercial.
I'm just saying. I know you love your ginger teas and essential oils, but remember, there are treatment options for COVID-19.
I promise if I get sick again, I'll call my doctor to ask about my options.
Visit WeTalkWeRise.com to learn more. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Discover the 4th of July sale at Target. Save 20% on clothing and swimwear for women, select cookies with Target Circle, and up to 50% off Sun Squad sporting goods. Get ready for a fireworks-worthy celebration with patriotic cookies, fun sports gear, and of course, spectacular fits. The deal's in July 5th, so hurry and get 20% off apparel, select cookies with Target Circle, and 50% off Sun Squad sports gear, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach, transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal, prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back in. You are locked in with Joel Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. So before we get into this conversation on courtrooms, critics, and commentary, it's moving fast tonight, you know. I want to remind you that at any point during this conversation, you can give us a call, 800-920-1580. Of course, hit us up on social media, KBLA 1580. I'm at Stiletto Jill. Download the app. Join us in the YouTube chat. They're already getting started in there. We love that. And, you know, all of the things. So grab your snacks, get your beverages, your libations, if you choose to, on a Tuesday, because it's summertime. And let's get into these topics. Now, first up, the Diddy trial. It's had people in a chokehold all summer. Maybe they fall off a little bit after the Cassie appearance and Kid Cudi, but, you know, there's still an interest, right? And so today, the jury came back with 4 of 5 counts with a verdict. We don't know what that verdict is. I can tell you the charges that they have reached agreement on. They include sex trafficking for both Cassie and Jane Doe, prostitution for both Cassie and Jane Doe, right? And the one that they are struggling with is racketeering, whether this is a criminal enterprise. Right now, he is the only person charged with RICO as it relates to these crimes. So, to remind you, what they are alleging moves in the RICO is the assistants set off the rooms for the hotel nights or freak-offs, depending upon if you're listening to Cassie's story or Jane Doe. KK orchestrated, you know, directing the things. She acted as confidant to some of the ladies at times. She calmed them down. She was the go-between at different points. Right? She also arranged for the payment of $100,000, which goes to bribery under racketeering. And that $100,000 was to the security guard at the was it Intercontinental? I can't remember the name of the hotel here in Culver City where we all saw the video of Cassie being beaten in the hallway. In addition to that, we also know that there's a kidnapping charge that goes under racketeering, and many feel that video in particular is kidnapping. You only need one instance in all of this. One instance of no to a freak-off, one instance of, you know, trying to escape and not being allowed to. You can argue the work conditions. Maybe not for Jane Doe, but for certainly Cassie, because she was signed to his label under a 10-album deal. He paid for her home, her car, her cell phone. Also in bribery, he did most definitely extort her mom. He told her parents if they didn't give him $20,000, he would release a sex tape on Cassie, and the world would know because she was dealing with Kid Cudi. Cassie's mom and their parents took out a loan on their house, pulled out $20,000, and sent that money to Diddy. A month later, he sent it back. So, I mean, I don't know. I think it's pretty clear with Cassie, the prostitution, and maybe the trafficking. Jane Doe was an iffy witness to me. Her circumstances seemed a little different, right? But we'll have to see what happens. We don't know yet whether those verdicts and agreements are, you know, guilty or not guilty. As for the racketeering, remember yesterday, first they sent in something. Yesterday was the first day of jury deliberations, that one of the jurors, juror number 25, initially couldn't follow the jury instructions. There was a complaint, I guess, that, maybe he was including things. We aren't sure. But there was a problem with this juror and the instructions that they were given. Then later in the day, they asked for clarity around the distribution aspect, which falls under RICO, distribution of drugs. No matter if it's personal use, if I got a little party favor and I hand you a party favor, that's distribution. It's not about selling. It's not about the amount. It is about the act of. And remember, you only need 2 of those under the RICO charge for it to be RICO. So it's a possibility that they could come to a verdict tomorrow. They came back and basically said that they were deadlocked on that charge. From what it's sounding like, there is one person for and one person against. Don't really know. But we are on the edge of the seat. Now, if you listen to some of the individuals that were in the courtroom, there's various ones that are on YouTube, Armand Wiggins being one. I think the other girl, she runs a Kanye fan page. She's been at the trial. Her name is Emily. They both feel as though Diddy looked nervous. There was a lot of huddling for his team around him. There was one of the attorneys on his side spoke something to one of the twins, who then gave the information to Chance, the older daughter of the 18-year-old daughters, I guess. There's 3. And she then told one of the other twins. So I'm not sure what is happening. Now, here's something that I found interesting. Prosecutors have requested an Allen charge, basically telling the jurors, y'all need to work it out. You need to figure out what to do. We are compelling you. It's kind of like peer pressure. Like, if you don't figure this out, we might have to retry this case and make sure that you are looking at all possibilities. But the defense does not want that issue. They want to give the jurors time to figure it out amongst themselves, right? So we will have to see. Meanwhile, right, Gina, who's been mentioned quite a bit in this trial, was spotted in Las Vegas. Remember, there was a subpoena entered for her. People suspect that she was victim number 3, but prosecution claimed that they couldn't find her. She was being uncooperative, etc. Well, a reporter spotted her in Las Vegas exiting Whole Foods, right? And they asked what she thought about the trial, and she said, I'm not sure what the jury will decide, but if Diddy walks free, she said she wouldn't be scared, because some people are saying, I saw an interview with Aubrey O'Day and D. Woods, formerly of Danity Kane, saying that they would be a little nervous or concerned if Diddy were to walk. I'm sure some other individuals might feel that way as well. I can't see Diddy coming out and getting that active after things happen, but you never know if that were to be the case. But she also added that she doesn't feel that he's dangerous. So, like I said, she was brought up quite a bit in the case by the other women as being a thorn in some of their sides. But we'll have to see what transpires. Morris Phillips says in the chat, Trump is about to get paid for a pardon. He just might. He just might. We have a caller on the line, Eric from Carson. Eric, welcome in. What are your thoughts this evening?
Hey, Jill, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. I just wanted to say that the RICO Act is a pattern, not a single charge, and it's a complex piece of legislation. and it's very difficult to interpret. So my opinion is that when the jury came out and said we've reached a decision on 4 of the 5 charges and we are stuck on the racketeering, instead of sending them back to deliberate after only being in there for 12 hours, maybe the judge should have explained the law thoroughly to them, made sure they had a clear and concise understanding. These are just regular people like you and I trying to understand a complex legal charge. I think it's ridiculous.
I mean, I believe that they did that. The judge did send, like I mentioned, the prosecution wanted to send a note with that additional charge led to it. The defense does not, but the judge did send a note about reviewing the instructions that he gave as it pertains and not acting on your feelings about certain things, but the facts and what has been presented. So I think that aspect has been done. It's just a matter of what it sounds like is a difference of opinion, because some people feel, listen, if I think my boss is just a freak and having a freak night with his girlfriend, and I am, staging the room, right? They're saying now, under the prosecution's rules, they're saying they don't have to necessarily know that they're committing a crime. Diddy knows, and his intent with that. However, they're also saying there's no way these people couldn't know, like D-Rock. He, suggested plastic surgery, made sure that Cassie was kept in the hotel room. But there might be a difference of opinion if this is just a fight between a girlfriend and boyfriend, and he has the means to get people to help him, but not in a legal way, just in a, we are going through our ups and downs, we have a toxic relationship. Or is it really an enterprise because he is using his power to silence the people around him? It's a slippery slope, and that's why RICO is such, like you mentioned, a complicated charge, because it's meant to be kind of all-encompassing, yet sort of narrow. So we'll see what, they want them to reach a verdict on this, because if they don't, it could lead to potentially a mistrial. So we'll see.
I think what's going to happen is, I think that it's too complicated, and I think that whatever decision they make, if they convict, I think that's going to be an open forum for an appeal. And so I think he should not have forced these people to, their opinions don't matter. So we'll see what happens, but I'm calling it right now. He's going to be convicted on all 4 except for RICO.
I mean, I could definitely see that happening and see how they pursue forward. But I think it has to be, well, no, he could not be guilty on that count. But either way, I just feel like there's probably no way that he gets out of this without doing some time. That's just what I believe. Thanks for your call, Eric. Fahima in the chat says, Jill, I did say there would be convictions on trafficking and prostitution, but they haven't made the case for RICO, as the freak-offs were for personal pleasure, not part of the enterprise. And I agree with you, but what they are using is that he used his assistants to set up the situation. He used Combs Enterprises to move and fly these prostitutes from different locations to cover their hotel rooms. He paid for some of this on his corporate card, which if you've ever had a corporate card, technically, you are not supposed to use your corporate card for personal excursions. And should you do that, you're supposed to pay it back. That's just, how that goes for tax purposes, right? And also the thing about RICO is if they get him for racketeering, then they can come for his funds and his assets and his property. So we'll have to see what develops. It's a lot. Andy?
I hate to have to compare 2 different trials, but like Young Thug, that was a RICO situation.
It was.
As the days have been passing by, I just don't know. I think I kind of side with Eric a little bit. I think they're going to find him guilty on the other counts except for this RICO. It just doesn't really seem like a RICO type situation.
I mean, I agree. I think that is why they struggle because, again, what part is... I also am curious to see what they view about Jane Doe because outside looking in, meaning what I have heard of her testimony, what I've read, some parts of her story are shaky. Interesting, and I could easily see some of her story being disregarded just because of how some of the events lay out. When we come forward, we're going to get into more trending topics and headlines. We're going to talk about Jeff Bezos' $40 million wedding. Who says wealth is quiet and doesn't flex? That certainly sounds like a flex to me. And what the people are saying about the attendees. All that and more on the other side. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're in the know with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Illinois Congressman Danny Davis, a black lawmaker representing Chicago's West Side, says President Trump's so-called Big Beautiful Bill will hurt low-income residents in places like Loretto Hospital.
Their bills cannot be paid. The hospital cannot survive.
Davis warns Medicaid cuts will leave bills unpaid and hospitals struggling. The Senate has passed the bill and it is now headed to the House. The judge in Sean Diddy Combs' case is holding off on accepting the jury's partial verdict. Jurors say they've reached decisions on 4 of the 5 charges but are deadlocked on the racketeering charge. The judge has ordered them to continue deliberating on that final count. And 16 Democratic-led states, including New York and California, are suing the Trump administration over a $1 billion cut to school mental health funding. The cuts tied to concerns over DEI initiatives were announced in April. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Slowing in Burbank on the 5 northbound delays, leaving Buena Vista all the way to the 14. And we're also heading out to the 405. This is making your way southbound in West LA. Delays from Sunset Boulevard and stretches all the way to Palo Verde and Long Beach. And northbound slowing, loading up in West LA, leaving the 10 all the way to the 5 merge in Sylmar. Slowing into the Cajon Pass. This is really loading up right now. 15 northbound away from Duncan Canyon Road all the way to the 138. And Chino Hill, 71 southbound, slows from Pine Avenue to the 91.
Rapid radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code radio for an extra 5% off.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Oklahoma City Thunder guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is now the highest paid player in NBA history. The Thunder gave SGA a 4-year contract extension worth $285 million. SGA's annual salary of $71.2 million is the highest ever for any NBA player. To give you some context, the most Michael Jordan made in a single season was $35 million. SGA is in a very rare category. He's one of only 4 NBA players to lead the league in scoring, to be voted most valuable player, and to win the championship in the same season. Jordan did it 4 times. Shaquille O'Neal did it in 2000 with the Lakers. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did it in 1971 when he was with the Milwaukee Bucks. The Dodgers and Angels are back in action tonight after an off day Monday. The Dodgers are at home against the Chicago White Sox. The Angels are in Atlanta to begin a 6-game road trip. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader. Oh my God. Follow the leader. 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 Follow the leader.
Shut up and dribble. Nah, son. Speak out and be heard.
On the radio.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got
a lot to talk about.
Believe it.
Catch Prep is now enrolling for summer credit recovery in fall 2025. As South Los Angeles' top-performing high school in English, math, and college access, Catch Prep is welcoming all 9th through 12th graders to enroll now. Catch Prep offers a small, supportive, and safe learning environment to help all students succeed, so that all students feel valued, respected, and motivated to reach their full potential. For the past 20 years, Catch Prep has helped more students of color gain admission to top-tier universities, with our graduating seniors earning a total of $3 million in scholarships, more than any other school in Los Angeles. We are dedicated to helping all students turn your college dreams into reality. Catch Prep is now enrolling. Visit us online at catchhighschool.com or call 323-293-3917. Spaces limited. Please enroll now for summer credit recovery and fall 2025. Call 323-293-3917 or enroll today at catchhighschool.com.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has worksource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hit me. Don't explain, you never change. Same old thing, same old game. Say you want to be with me, but show me my ring, baby, let me think. I've been in the cold, story untold, I'm about to unfold. How do you expect me to ever believe you won't be with me? Why you all in my grave? Yeah. Can you pay my bills? Let me know if you will. Cause the chick got
Welcome back in. Here with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580, where we get into these trending topics and headlines flowing up and down your timeline, lighting up your group chat, and just in general, making your day a little bit more interesting, because you can laugh at all their drama while you're at home in peace with your snacks. First up, happy birthday, Missy Elliott. An icon, a legend, a game changer, an innovator. Thank you, Andy. Writer, producer, all around talent.
Shout out to Doechii.
Yeah, she has her on her new song, right?
Well, I don't know. I just when I see Doechii, I think of Missy.
Oh, okay. I
You know
see
what I'm
that.
saying? So
Just
shout
her
out-
innovation, what she
Absolutely.
does, the staging, how she utilizes her body as
You
part of
already
the
know.
art to present. I agree. Royal Jenkins says Missy Elliott lost a lot of weight. That is very astute of you. It's healthy. I think she said she had a thyroid issue.
Duh, I mean.
So, Missy looks good.
She does.
Missy is in her early 50s. Shout out to her. Gen X is holding it down.
I was about to say, man, shout out to the Gen X individuals who are, taking care of their weight and, you know what I'm saying, their
I
health.
can give you a list. Gabrielle Union, Sanaa Lathan, Regina Hall, Regina King.
Method
Man.
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre. Who
Even though I
else?
think they took steroids at that one time. Do you remember that period? It was
I
like Dr.
do.
Dre, Busta Rhymes. They
Timbaland.
all...
Timbaland
Like,
admitted
hold on.
it, though. Timbaland admitted it.
I'm so disappointed in Timbo.
Okay, Urban Spinster corrected me. Missy actually has Graves' disease, not a thyroid issue. But I think she looks fantastic. So, and still can make hot music. So, shout out to Missy. That cancer love. Nia Long. How could I forget Nia Long? Nia Long! Tracy Ellis Ross. Golden Brooks. Jill Marie Jones. All of them. Just fire. It's a lot of them in there. It's probably some I'm forgetting. No shade, no tea. Just kind of forgot. All right. So we talked a little bit about the Diddy case as it rolls on. Let's get into the controversy about those that attended Jeff Bezos' wedding. So I'm sorry I misspoke. I said $40 million. It was actually $50 million, right? And there was a lot happening, a lot of fashion, a lot of looks given by Lauren Sanchez. The two became acquainted when they were both married to other people and were friendly in the circles. Remember, Lauren is she used to be a reporter here on Fox 11 in LA. She has an older child with Tony Gonzalez, who is an NFL Hall of Famer. She also used to date Derek Fisher, right? And she was married to a high-powered, I believe, Hollywood agent before she got with Jeff. Oh, by the way, she's 55 years old, age appropriate. Don't got to have that conversation. And she had started her own multi-million-dollar business of doing aerial photography for films and commercials. She's a pilot herself. And they got married in this elaborate wedding over the weekend, once in Italy. Once again, for you all that say wealth is quiet, they flew 200 guests to Italy. People are upset because they feel that it is an over-commercialization, a tourist takeover happening in Italy. Rosie O'Donnell said on Instagram, it turned her stomach to see the gross excess. She said, is Oprah friends with Jeff Bezos? Really? How is that possible? He treats his employees with disdain. She added, the devil is smiling at all his conquests. So Usher was also in attendance, Tom Brady, the Kardashians, Leo DiCaprio. There was a lot of conversation about who Tom Brady was keeping up company with over there. They said Kim Kardashian was on the prowl. Sydney Sweeney, of Euphoria and Handmaid's Tale, was said to have caught his attention. Also Orlando Bloom. The events included private jets, luxury yachts, and multi-day ceremony. Because do it big, why not? You're the richest man in the world. So some people said that Rosie was being bitter. Others applauded her for keeping it real. She's not the only celebrity that spoke out. There also were individuals like Olivia Munn, Katie Couric, Mia Farrow, who else? Charlize Theron. And a lot of people said, with all that's happening in the world right now, was this needed? Now, the wedding initially was supposed to take place in Aspen last winter, but reportedly there were a couple of hang-ups regarding the prenup because, as we know, Jeff did he have a prenup in his first marriage? Whatever it was, his ex-wife got big dollars. And so he's a little gun shy and didn't want to go through that again. On the line, we have Mimi from Jacksonville. Mimi, welcome in. How are you? What's on your mind tonight?
Hi, Jill. I want to say this. This is my thing. Oprah is a grown 71-year-old woman, and she can do what she wants to do. And we're living in these really tumultuous times, and we all have our beliefs, political beliefs, right, left, in the middle. Everyone is not an environmentalist or just extreme this or extreme that. Was the wedding over the top? Yes, but billionaires are going to billionaire. They're not going to do like $1,000 wedding. And Rosie does come across as very polarizing, extreme, angry, bitter, and some of these celebrities, if you don't think the way they think, they want to cancel everybody. And what really got me was it's this rich white woman telling a rich black woman what to do. Oprah is grown. She can do what she wants to do, when she wants to do it, and how she wants to do it. And if you don't like it, that's too bad, Rosie O'Donnell. Sit down.
Listen, I agree with you. I think we are just in a time where everyone thinks that their voice matters more and that these are the type of things that they should speak up on. Whether they're friends or not, you don't know what their connection could possibly be, whether they're just business associates or what have you.
Exactly.
I don't know if it is enough to take to social media to complain about the attendees, but
exactly.
Thank you for your call, as always,
You're
Mimi. We
welcome.
always appreciate your input. When we come forward, we're going to get more into these trending topics and headlines.
You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Nearly 7 million Americans aged 65 and older are living with Alzheimer's disease, or AD. But did you know that black adults aged 65 and older are twice as likely as white adults to develop AD? You may be able to reduce your risk by managing conditions like diabetes and high blood pressure, being physically active, eating healthy, and exercising your mind. To learn more about AD, the importance of early diagnosis and intervention, and a potential treatment option, visit treatalzearly.com. That's treatalzearly.com. This message is brought to you by AZI.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. The Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, man. Hey, what's up, What's the station you listening to? Oh, man, you don't know? That's Talk Radio. KBLA 1580 AM. Check it out. 1580 KBLA AM. 1580 Talk Radio. Progressive.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're celebrating our 4th anniversary, and this track right here is the gift one of our devoted listeners presented to us.
Where you get some information, get a true education. Just to know, ooh, yeah. 1580.
How cool is that? Having a member of our KBLA delegation write us a song. Stop it! Our listeners love us, and there ain't nothing we can do about it. Wouldn't want to. Thanks to Cardell and everybody else for turning on KBLA Talk 1580. We love you right black.
KBLA 1580 Talk Radio. Get like me. Ooh, KBLA 1580 Talk Radio. Progressive.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. As always, the chat is getting to it. Let's get into a little bit of their conversation. Urban Spinster says, I knew Lauren Sanchez looked familiar. That plastic surgery, though. Morris Phillips says, was Oprah a DEI invite? You got jokes. You're funny. Urban Spinster also said, Oprah and Gayle are always finding themselves rubbing elbows with elite on the wrong side. Bezos is in Trump land. And Morris Phillips also says Rosie was mad because she wasn't invited to the party. Perhaps, perhaps not. I think everyone is just, using their voice to sound off, no matter how insignificant the topic might be. So let's talk a little bit about Ray J. Speaking of sounding off, we know that he's been going through something. He's been posting videos on different topics, the Diddy trial, his relationships, his family, stuff on Zeus Network, all of the things over the past few months. A lot of it on Instagram Live, a lot of it on Twitch or Bigo, not certain. But he spends a great deal of time streaming. Now, he also had a streaming network he was trying to launch. Don't know what happened to that, if that's still around, something he's still pushing. But we do know that streaming is the new podcast, the new clothing line, the new record label, the new liquor brand. That's what it is, right? And everybody's trying to get their views up and get that traffic going to monetize, to bring in that Kai Cenat money. You know what I'm saying? So, not that I don't believe that Ray J is very much going through some type of midlife crisis right now. Something's happening, right? But is he also taking advantage of the drama or heightening it to get your attention, like I said, to generate more coins? Because be clear, Willie Ray Norwood Jr. is about the coin. But he also is saying some pretty alarming things in this video. And we don't want to get so caught up in the pomp and circumstance that we ignore the signs of the real help that he could be suffering in right now, and he's reaching out to help. And he is reaching out to help from one Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, who we saw on Basketball Wives. She used to be on MTV's Teen Mom, and we saw her go toe-to-toe with Cam Newton in a clip that went viral where she questioned him about making broken homes. The audience, as always, is split on whether she is legit or role-playing. But let's hear what Ray J had to say about him calling her for help.
All right, so I got Dr. Bryant coming over. A lot of people are telling me, okay, just talk to somebody and just, let them know what you're going through. So Dr. Bryant is here, and I know, y'all seen her work and how real she be keeping it. Dr. Bryant, how you doing?
Hey Ray, how you doing?
I know I got the phone on record, but Dr. Bryant about to help me right now, and everybody need help.
Okay, well, hold on, Ray, but we're not going to do this publicly.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do it. We can't have a bottle. We can't drink. We're not doing it publicly.
Okay.
So you're not about to.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut it.
There's no.
I'm gonna cut the camera,
cut.
But I'm gonna keep y'all updated, and I just wanted to show y'all,
Ray, camera off, bottle down, time to go.
So I'm going to tell you that I guarantee there will be some footage of the therapy sessions or something that has happened that will emerge online. I'm 99.5% positive of that. Again, I'm not saying that Ray doesn't need help. He doesn't need to talk to anyone. I'm not necessarily saying that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant's intentions aren't pure. But what I am saying is that people know how to take advantage of a moment and to make a moment. Andy?
The optics look horrible. I'm sorry. Knowing Ray J's brand, And, nothing against Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Nothing against her. She's a beautiful woman who happens to, do therapy or whatever, right? And then you come up with the bottle in your hand. I'm sorry. It looks like it's the beginning of a hookup in the name of, I need help. Now, I'm going to give Dr. Cheyenne Bryant a lot more grace. I'm sure. I want to strongly believe that she's there because she wants to help Ray J and his issues. But Ray J didn't make that situation any better by putting that on video, by drinking a bottle. I'm sorry. You could even look at Dr. Cheyenne Bryant's outfit. I'm sorry. It just looked like they was about to step out. I just don't. I'm not giving credence to Ray J. I'm sorry.
Well, we'll have to see. Like I said, I am almost positive that we will see steps, developments, intel onto what those conversations are like in some form or fashion. But again, content is king right now, and these streamers have taken like reality TV or shows like Big Brother or things of that nature and turned it into something else. So I don't know.
Hold on, Jill.
Yes.
Those optics didn't make you feel some kind of way, though? You didn't question it a little bit?
Here's my thing. Yes, but
Thank you.
That's twofold, though. Just because it looks crazy and they could be using the moment doesn't mean that something beneficial won't come out of the moment, right?
Okay, all right. With a happy ending, too.
So we'll have to see. Listen, I have one more story before we get out of here for the night, and we'll just touch on it a little bit. Malik Beasley, that is Larsa Pippen's ex, right? He is being investigated by the U.S. government, right? It is being alleged that he might have been involved in prop bets, right? Through a third-party proxy. And listen, there was another player, I believe he played in Toronto, that was placing bets on himself.
Michael Porter Jr.'s brother.
Yeah, exactly. And there was one other thing that popped up. Again, all of these podcasts by these athletes are sponsored by betting companies. The casino is in your pocket. You don't got to go anywhere to place a bet. You're betting on dumb stuff. Oh, are they going to make 40 three-pointers in the first half? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever it is. Covering the spread.
It's very exhilarating.
And addicting.
Very much so, but it's fun.
And we're going to see a lot of players crash out behind this gambling issue. I guarantee it.
I don't know what Malik Beasley's contract situation is. But
he's a free agent right now.
He's a free agent right now. I don't know when. Maybe this was a couple years ago. Who knows? I've been seeing a lot of clips of, certain situations of, it was like a couple seconds left and, they missed a free throw. He ran all the way to hit a layup or whatnot. Once again, I don't know what his contract situation is, but whatever money that, he would have won on the side outside of this must be eclipsing his NBA check.
So here's the thing. He allegedly was using a burner account, wagering on NBA outcomes through his cousin. It was linked to his cousin. And, the younger ones, the younger players could be looking for quick money. Gambling isn't as taboo as it used to be. And like I said, now you don't have to show up in the casinos. You can do it from your phone or somebody else's. So might just be the tip of the iceberg, but I do think that this is going to be something we're going to be discussing in all forms over the next few years because it's not going anywhere. All right, that is it for tonight. All of the headlines, all of the trending topics. I might have something coming up for you guys tomorrow. Maybe not. Might hold off onto it for next week. But, I'm in the gifting mood. It's summertime. It's the season. Make sure that you are here every Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. for your trending topics and headlines. Coming up, of course, you're going to get your good solid dose of reality from Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. I will chat with you guys tomorrow.
See what I want to do. I don't know if I can say what I want to do. Maybe I can.
Do I have to grab the back of your neck to make you listen to me? Do you have to see me flashing it down or waving my rollie? Yeah, baby, can I get a hit of you? What's up? I'm on the light, the touch, I got to figure out.